So hello everyone, once again welcome back to our channel English Grammar and Literature World. Dear friends, in today's class we are going to cover some important questions from most important topic, and that is one word substitution. So we have already completed a lot of classes on this topic. You can check it out from our playlist, and today we will cover total 21 questions, and these all questions are very important for any kind of competitive exams. And at the end of the class you have to comment me what is your score. So without further delay, let's begin today's class. Look at the first one. A praising speech made when someone dies is called. So what is the correct one word substitution? So look here, the correct answer is option A, and that is eulogy. Now what is eulogy? Eulogy means a speech or piece of writing that praises someone who has recently died. But if you think that elegy is the correct answer, that it would be wrong. But why elegy is not correct answer? Because elegy is a poem expressing sorrow for the dead. Okay, so what is obituary? Obituary is a published notice announcing someone's death. And what is tribute? Actually, tribute means an expressing of respect or admiration. That is called actually tribute. So here only option A is the correct answer. Next, a system of government where the rule is in the name of God. So what is the correct one word substitution? Here the correct answer is option B, and that is theocracy. Theocracy means a system of government in which God or religious authorities are regarded as the supreme ruling power. That is called actually theocracy. Now look at the other options. What is monocracy? So look, the word mono means one. So monocracy generally suggests a government ruled by a king or queen. So that is called monocracy. Now what is oligarchy? Actually an oligarchy government ruled by a small group. Okay, small group. And what is democracy? I think there is no need to explain what is democracy. So next, something mysterious or difficult to understand is called. So look here, the correct answer is option B, and that is enigma. Enigma means something mysterious, puzzling or difficult to understand or explain. That is called enigma. Now look at the other options. What is paradox? A seemingly contradictory statement. Okay, paradox is a contradictory statement that may contain truth. That is called paradox. So now what is anecdote? So anecdote is a short, or you can say interesting story. Okay, an allegory, a story with a hidden symbolic meaning. So that is called actually allegory. So here only option B, enigma, is the correct answer. So next, fear of public speaking is known as. So here the correct one word substitution is option C, and that is called glossophobia. So glossophobia means an intense fear of or anxiety associated with speaking before an audience. Okay, understand? Next, a government by novels. This one is very important question. So a government by the novels is called option A, and that is aristocracy. So aristocracy means a system of government in which power is held by the nobility or privileged upper class. So that is actually aristocracy. Now look at the other options. What is bureaucracy? So bureaucracy generally suggests administration by officials. Now what is theocracy? A government based on religious authority. So that is called theocracy. And what is plutocracy? Government controlled by the wealthy. Okay, so that is plutocracy. So here option A, aristocracy, is the correct answer. Next, loss of complete hope is called. So here the correct one word substitution is option D, and that is despair. Despair means a complete loss of hope, especially when a situation seems impossible to improve. Understand? Next. The science which deals with the derivation of words is called. So option C, etymology is the correct one-word substitution of the science which deals with the derivation of words. Etymology helps us understand how English words develop from other languages. Okay, next. A plane figure with 6 sides and angles is called. So now here the correct answer is option C, and that is called hexagon. So a hexagon means a plane geometric figure having 6 sides and 6 angles. Okay, so look at the other options. Pentagon generally suggests a figure with 5 sides. What is heptagon? A figure with 7 sides. And what is octagon? A figure with 8 sides. Okay, next. A person who is unable to pay his debts is called. So this one is also very important. So here option A, insolvent, is the correct one-word substitution of a person who is unable to pay. So insolvent means unable to pay one's debt because of one's financial stability or financial liabilities exceed one's valuable resources. Understand? That's good. Next. Placing a thing beside another is called. So here the correct one-word substitution is option B, and that is called juxtaposition. So look, juxtaposition means placing two things side by side, often to highlight their contrast or comparison. Okay, next. One who acts only for money is called. So the correct one-word substitution is option D, and that is called mercenary. So look, a mercenary describes a person who is primarily motivated by money rather than principles, loyalty, or ideas. Understand what I am saying? So that's good. So now look at the other options. What is opportunist? So our opportunist, one who takes advantages of opportunities. And what is materialist? So materialist, one who gives excessive importance to material possessions. Okay, and what is capitalist? A capitalist person who invests capital in businesses. So that is called capitalist. So these all are one kind of inappropriate. That's why you have to eliminate this option. So only option D, mercenary, is the correct one-word substitution. Next. A wild and noisy disorder is called. So the correct answer is option C, and that is called pandemonium. So pandemonium means a state of wild, noisy, and complete confusion or disorder. Okay, that is called actually a pandemonium. Next, a person who is indifferent to art and literature is called. So here the correct answer is option A, and that is called Philistine. So Philistine refers to a person who is indifferent or hostile towards art, towards culture, and intellectual pursuits. So that is called actually Philistine. Now look at the other options. What is a pedant? A person excessively concerned with academic details. What is connoisseur? Connoisseur suggests an expert judges of art and culture. And what is scholar? A learned person is called actually scholar. So here only option A, Philistine, is the correct answer. These all are inappropriate. Next, thinking oneself superior to other is called. So here the correct one-word substitution is option B, and that is called superciliousness. Okay, so superciliousness means behaving as thought one is superior. Understand? Next, one who violates a rule or law is called. So here the correct one-word substitution is option C, and that is called transgressor. Okay, so transgressor means a person who violates or breaks a law, rule, command, or accepted moral standard. Understand? Very good. Now, what is the meaning of delinquent? So the word delinquent generally suggests someone who fails to perform a duty or violates a law. So that is called delinquent. Next, parts of a country behind the coast or river bank. So this one is also very important. So here the correct one-word substitution is option C, and that is called hinterland. So a hinterland means the island region lying behind a coast, a river bank, or major urban or commercial area. Okay. So now look at the other option. What is swamps? Swamps suggest areas of the water-logged land. Now, what is marshes? So wetland dominated by the grasses or reeds. Okay, that is called actually marshes. Next, one who eats human flesh is called. So here the correct one-word substitution is option A, and that is called cannibal. So cannibal means a person or animal that eats the flesh of another individual of its own species. That is called cannibal. Next, an animal story with a moral is called. So here option D, fable, is the correct one-word substitution of an animal story with a moral. Now what is fable? A fable means a short story. Okay, short story, often featuring animals, that teaches a moral or practical lesson. Okay, now what is anecdote? So the word anecdote suggests a brief interesting story about a real incident. That is called anecdote. Now what is parable? A parable is a simple story used to teach a moral or religious lesson. Next, a thing likely to be easily broken is described as dash. So here the correct one word substitution is option C, and that is called brittle. So the word brittle describes something hard but liable to break, crack, or shatter easily when subjected to force. Next, a figure of speech in which a thing is spoken of as being that which it only resembles. So here the correct one substitution is option B, and that is called metaphor. So look, a metaphor is a figure of speech in which one thing is directly described as another. Now look at the other options. What is a hyperbole? So look, a hyperbole suggests deliberate exaggeration for emphasis. That is called hyperbole. And what is alliteration? So an alliteration is a repetition of the same initial word. That is called alliteration. Next, so this is the last one. Look at the question. A person with whom one works is called. So look at the options. Is it a colleague? Is it partner? Is it companion? Or is it contemporary? So what is the correct answer? You have to tell me in the comment section. So here are total 21 questions for your competitive exams, and these all questions are very important. And also, if you want to get PDF of this class, then you have to join our official Telegram channel, link in the description. And till then, keep reading, keep writing, and keep watching English Grammar and Literature World. So have a nice day. Thanks for watching.